Good morning or good evening, kind of wherever you are. I didn't sleep much last night. I'm currently up in the mountains in Barcelona getting some R&R before a big weekend of social media madness. There's Pacha Barcelona that's going on, which is just a big fiesta, and Sonar Festival, which is like new technology in art, music, sound, engineering. There's people from all over the world that are coming to these two things. So it's a big weekend in Barcelona, and I'm pretty stoked about it. Uh, I guess I like to check in every country, but I haven't really got the best impression of Barcelona since I've been here because all of our luggage was lost for 3 days. And I mean, when you put 5, 6 bags and none of them have appeared, it's like, what the hell? Traveling for me is a challenge. And so anytime airlines are like, yeah, we can take your bags for you, and we won't charge you extra if it's easier for you to pick them all up at the final destination. So we flew from Amsterdam to Dublin and then Dublin to Barcelona, but our luggage didn't make it. So we were the very last ones to leave the baggage claim. We were the in line speaking with representatives in Spanglish, Spanish, and English, just trying to figure out what's going on. And they're like, oh, your bags will be here within 24 hours. And 24 hours goes by. Long story short, you know how it goes. Never got the bags, never got through to anybody. No opportunity for a voucher. They just told me to buy my medical supplies and they would reimburse me. But the thing is you can't buy these medical supplies. I had to bring them over from America, which makes traveling so hard because I had to put them all in a big 70-pound suitcase and lug it around. And that's never easy. And next story, we got our bags, 3 or 4 days later, they arrived. The driver brought 4 of the bags, and then the next 2 came the following day. And it was just like no clean clothes, nothing. The first 2 days of Barcelona, and I was just like, I don't want to be here. But moved Airbnbs, and things changed. Like the entire attitude changed, all of it. Performed outreach on social media, just linking up with different brands while I'm here to offer them social media consults. And that was really cool because they're like excited to meet me. They're like, all right, you're an American. Americans don't travel. What's going on with my hair? And I was like, yeah, I mean, that's one way to look at my country. Another is like we're really good at what we do, and it's good to have partnerships with people around the world. So I built these meetings up for this weekend, including like all day at the festivals, and then Monday first thing in the AM. But I had an interesting day yesterday. I am traveling with my partner, and we sort of had to spend some time apart because we're with each other too much. And most of you that know me, I am a high intensity person. I have a lot of energy. I want to do things all the time. I want to be social. And it can be overwhelming for people that don't know me very well that it's just the way that I am. Maybe I'm an extrovert. Maybe I just like to be social. But I work better in atmospheres where I'm surrounded by people and I'm surrounded by motivation and drive and brand opportunity. So yesterday my partner and I separated. He went an hour north. I'm still in the mountains until 30 more minutes when my taxi comes to go to the festival. But I had an interview with a magazine yesterday that talks about just like what it's like to be an international worker and traveling around the world and doing these things, but also not being limited to having a disability or physical condition that stops me, even though like things like the luggage that is those unnecessary things, stairs at the apartment and no elevator. You just have to kind of triumph and persevere through them. Just deal with it as they come, because we're all human, and just ask for help. If I can give some words of wisdom, But after the interview, I was so pumped because I've been kind of like poking at this client for a while, for about a month, and I don't like to have proposals out longer than a week. I just basically say, no, if you don't know within 7 days, you're not going to know within a month or within a year. And I blew them away with a social media audit. Like, I came to the game, we've had a few meetings, but we had everybody on the call, and it was just all about what I had to say. And they saw me as their expert, and they invited me to New York for 4th of July weekend. There's a conference there that they need social media assistance, but also they're going to use this as an introduction to the South American and North American team. So we're just going to meet in New York, New York, 4th of July weekend, which I've done 4th of July in New York before, and it is insane in New York for Macy's firework. I don't know if I'm going to stay for the fireworks. I have a chihuahua back in Detroit and really missing her. So life just kind of like changes a lot for me. And I can see how that was really like maybe it irritating my partner, because I don't have to have a certain location. I don't need to have plans. I can take my computer and go to wherever I like and just open it, and then there's my work. And not everyone has that luxury of being able to work remotely online as long as you have internet. So I am still on the edge of returning to the States, but it is a huge opportunity for me to boss it up and be there, because this is like one piece of a puzzle that is like the big picture. And, I always used to read these books about women in business and socialites in power. And I lived in New York for a while, in Brooklyn Heights. It was insane. It's a totally different level of business. So I'm kind of like leaning towards it, because I now have an international team that's like, we're drawn to you because you're American, you're an expert, you're very well traveled, you're learning Spanish, and they're Spanish speaking clients, so we can practice our Spanish. Well, me practice Spanish. Estoy practicando mi español. Mi acento es mierda, pero está bien. People understand me, entiendo. I really miss this, like, video blogging and just like helping others, like mentoring and persevering through traveling, because there are a lot of ups and downs when you travel, and relationships are like probably the one that I need to work on the most. Is I find that I am closest with the people that are actually on the other side of the world. My very best friend is the only one that knows about what brand I landed in New York. She's the only person I trust, like, my soul with, besides my therapist. He's great. Uh, and so I think that that's like one of the things when you travel is you have to have a support team. You have to have people that you can rely on in person, online. You need your family. And since I've been in Barcelona, having the luggage go missing was like, it really put a damper on me. I didn't like Barcelona. I was like, no, give it a chance. How many chances can you give before you're just like, oh, I'm over it? So travel is just kind of like going up and down for me. My travel plans were like go from Europe to Colombia, and then go from Colombia to back to Bali, which is like my home base right now. But I spoke with my the person that's maintaining my villa in Indonesia, and like he loves it and he wants to stay. So I'm working on an opportunity to have the lease transferred, possibly if he wants, into his information so that he can maintain it. And then I'll get something smaller as needed. But I'm just trying to remove the assets, right? Like, I've got assets in Colombia, I've got my car and the insurance and everything in America, And I kind of just want to remove all those things because I'm paying for these monthly taxes for something that I'm not using. And the older that I become, I'm moving towards my 30s, I want to save as much as possible so I can continue traveling as much as I'd like and with the leisure. With Pacha and Sonar being here, this is a huge weekend in Barcelona, and there's artists and labels and brands from all over the world that are here just for this weekend because it's so big that they're moving into Ibiza for next week. So I was looking at opportunities to go to Ibiza from Monday to Thursday or Friday. Richie Houghton is one of my favorite legends in the music industry game, and he's closing out the set for Sonar this evening at 5 a.m. So I'd like to just kind of push with his people beforehand, connect with him like I did in Detroit, and then meet him here tonight before he plays, and then again on Wednesday when he plays in Ibiza, because it's all they all simultaneously work together. The brands work together, the festivals work together, and it's all a collective scene. So it's cool to see the beauty of just being in the middle of it, and then sort of by surprise because I didn't know it was happening. I did some outreach on Facebook and Instagram and was like, hey, I'm a social media consult that's here from America. Here's what I can do. And I just recorded my screen and sent it out to all of the parties at Pacha and all of the people that are attending Sonar. And I mean, they have like 10 different pages. They have pages for sound, pages for art, pages for people to connect, and then they have the big ones, and then they have the subgroups for each event. But I'm especially impressed with their app. You can schedule your day based around their app, and then it'll give you notifications where you need to be. And I signed up for almost everything because I'm going to be going to the final day, and I think that today is the best day because it's Saturday and most people are flying in today to do Sonar during the day and then Pacha during the evening. So it's a lot of give or take. I didn't sleep much last night because I was really excited about this weekend. I think I slept 3 or 4 hours, but I was also missing the component of not having my partner because we've been together every day for a whole month, and it can get intense to be around me that much because I'm always boom, 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 and my productivity level is a lot higher when I'm alone because I can get more done and not have to worry about doing things for other people to make sure that they're staying busy. So it's working out well this way, but now I need to kind of figure out, okay, what's going to happen from Monday through Thursday in Ibiza, and then after Thursday, do I want to stay in Ibiza or do I want to continue going around Spain? But it looks like my schedule kind of is telling me to be back in America around 4th of July to boss up and do these meetings. So I'm going to share the news with you on my blog. It's my first and last name, melissadivitri.com. If you want to see the agency stuff, I'm posting some of the streams on my agency at didesignsstudio.com. So all of the threads of Sonar and Pacha, I'm collecting all that data. It's going to be amazing, and I hope to be able to capture and see who's here and just pick and choose who I want to work with. So stay tabs on me. I'm a busy one, and I don't let things like my lost luggage get me down, or staying in a hostel for 3 days, versus an Airbnb. It's just what you have to do to give or take to make budgets. All right, ciao ciao. Happy weekend.